Hey everybody, it's Master Gallengeist here, bringing you my review for Fantastic Four issue 30, 2022. Oh, that's kind of nutty, and yeah, we are kind of technically down to three, and this cover really does pop off and show you what Doom did from One World Under Doom issue 2, and this pretty much just deals exclusively mainly with the fallout with Ben and what's going on with him. This is a heavy, heartbreaking kind of issue, man. So let's crack into this. The United Nations, New York City. The Fantastic Four confront Emperor Doom. Spoilers for One World Under Doom issue 2 if you haven't read it yet. Tom. Behold Benjamin Jacob Grimm, the powerhouse of the Fantastic Four. A man by error and ineptitude transformed into a monstrosity, a being so hideous he calls himself the Thing. What is he? And behold Reed Richards, our self-proclaimed smartest man, who has failed to reverse his condition ever since. Even though there were some bits where he would, transform back randomly. Not randomly, but, every so often. He had, one day a year, whatnot. There's that one where he was, fighting the Incredible Hulk on that kind of thing. Reverse his condition ever since. It is a staggering failure, a highlight remarkable even among the litany of disappointments of Mr. Fantastic. Don't listen to him, bud. I ain't mad at you anymore, and I ain't been for years. I made my peace with this, you understand? I like who I am now. It's like I tell my kids. It don't matter what you look like, it only matters who you are, Victor. But Doom wants what's best for everyone, even his most hated enemies. These four accuse me of weakness, of anger, of greed, and yet in his strength, in his greatness, in his generosity, Doom now grants what Richards never could. So we pretty much get a recap kind of thing of what happened in that issue. And thus Doom cures the unfortunate Benjamin Grimm of his condition forever. What'd he do to me? Reed, I ain't got my powers no more. I ain't got my powers. And then a real interesting kind of thing is we got normal kind of panels going on, and then we kind of have these black kind of bars and stuff that kind of goes on throughout as we kind of shift between different kind of places. So they get back, him hugging Alicia. Alicia, it doesn't matter, Ben. I promise, it doesn't matter. Sorry I can loan you some jeans, but most of my shirts are me-themed. Oh, wait, this one works. As we see Johnny trying to kind of help his ass out. Then we shift to Ben trying to talk to the kids and everything about this. Kids, your father has had an accident. He needs our support, okay? Of course, Mother. Even the strongest warriors need healing sometimes. So, where is Dad, and who's this guy? But why are you upset with your transformation, Father? Are not all bodies as good as every other body, just as you've told us before, Dad? And see, that's... Yes, but the thing is... didn't even try that. We get into it in that he can't do the things he used to do as the Thing. And yes, this body is good and everything like that, but he is... At first, everybody called him a monster, but then he proved that he was a hero with everything that he could do, and now he can't do any of that. And then we get later, ignore it, Ben, as we pretty much see a world inquired the ever-loving, blue-eyed nothing, Ben Grimm cured by Doom. Fantastic Four's heart and soul and muscle loses it all. It's like, yeah, those fuckers just making money off of it. Benjamin Grimm in rock bottom, as we see him kind of dealing with this. It's like, I completely understand that. You lose your identity in that kind of way. You built yourself up on that. No, nuh-uh. You've napped plenty. You can't spend the whole day wallowing in here, babe. It's time for something fun. Listen, we're going on a date, we're teleporting to New York, taking in some stand-up, eating some incredible pizza, and drinking some incredible beer, and it is going to be great. Alicia, the others had a Diablo emergency. They'll be a while, but the kids are going to stay at the neighbors, which means when we come back from our date tonight, we're going to have the whole house to ourselves. You and me, babe, all by our lonesomes in an isolated country house. Why, Ben, whatever shall we do? Now, I do like her attempting to help him and kind of cheer him up. However, going controlling on it, now we don't know how much time has passed and how much he's kind of doing this. If it's been an extended period of wallowing, sure, get him to do some kind of normal kind of activities. But he has to process it his own kind of way, which we see is kind of mucked up going through here. NYC later. I want to thank you, Sweet Pea. Tonight was actually pretty great. Oh, it's not over yet. When we get back to Arizona, you're getting in your PJs, and I'm going to leash as we see her whispering stuff. I do like the art style and everything of how this kind of works out and really captures human Ben and Alicia. And I like how we have like a bigger kind of almost page panel here, and then the smaller kind of panels zooming in. Oh, look at the lovebirds. Now, you give me that person, we all get to go home happy. Nice and easy. Nobody needs a hero. It's like, shit, they're getting mugged. But then we see that Ben just reacts on instinct, which doesn't help him out too terribly much. Ben Grimm reacts on instinct, doing what he's done 1,000 times before. He puts himself between innocence and danger. He neutralizes the threat. He's operating so much on muscle memory, on habit, that for just a moment he forgets he's not the man he used to be. For a moment he forgets his body can't crush steel. It won't stop a bullet, as he pretty much uses his hand to cover the gun barrel, and of course gets shot in the hand. And only when it's too late does he realize this body hurts, it bleeds, it can die. Yeah, that's... I do like that they hit with that kind of juxtaposition of like, I was a rock body, now I'm squishy. You can't go with that and not suffer repercussions. And it will not protect her, as he's going, ugh, as he had pretty much got shot a little bit more by the dude, and then we see a Doombot stop the dude. Help, please, someone help us. My husband needs an ambulance. And of course later, I ain't doing so hot, bud. I disagree, old friend. The surgeons did incredible work, and you were very lucky the bullets hit where they did, or I tried to help Alicia and ended up in the hospital. How am I supposed to protect her or the kids? Reed, I just ain't strong enough. And that's the kind of thing. When you're used to that kind of level of strength and everything, having that taken away, you have to have an adjustment kind of period, or find other kind of ways to help out and use strength in different kind of ways. Because of his rocky exterior, he pretty much used himself as the shield to help people. He can't do that anymore. Again, I must disagree. Your body is still... It ain't just the body, Reed. I can't do it, okay? I thought I could, and Alicia, bless her, she's been doing all she can to cheer me up, but it ain't working, and I can't tell her that. And you can't either. I ain't the man I'm supposed to be anymore. That I need to be. Ben, I'm not sure what I should. And that's a thing. I do like how they handled that of like, Alicia is trying to help out, but sometimes when you're attempting to help out, you're not helping at all. Because we see that here with Ben just being like, because he's not being heard. And even though these people love him, and we've seen this throughout issues, they still don't understand what to do to help. Like, they do these things, these activities to try and get your mind off a bit, but sometimes... Which I really fucking get Ben here, because sometimes I can latch onto something and just, you can't get it out of your fucking head. And you don't know what to do with it. And sometimes people can't help you with that. At all. Where you just have to be able to figure something out, or figure out how to find that kind of solution yourself. That doesn't mean that you push away help all the way. No, that's not what I'm saying here. And that's not what this is saying either. It's just, sometimes... The way you help someone is just by being there and sitting there and just giving support that way. Even if you don't know how to fix it, you're like, alright, I'm here. Talk with me. Sometimes you can talk it out. Sometimes you get it off your chest. And then after you get those kind of feelings or things out, then your mind starts thinking about other kind of ways to do a situation. Knock, knock. Room service. We got you cheeseburgers, babe. Your favorite. It's like, and I feel for them. I love them just trying to be happy and positive, and that can help in certain situations. Not exactly here. Ah, sweet pea, you shouldn't have. I made sure you got extra pickles just like you like. Way better than the food in this joint, am I right? As we see Johnny actually not trying to like fuck with him. Like, he knows exactly when he can fuck with Ben and when not. Sometimes certain writers are like, he does push it a little bit, but Johnny wouldn't fuck with him here. You're a good kid, Matchstick. What'd the doctor say? They said they'd be discharging me tomorrow afternoon, 4 p.m. sharp. I'll be home for dinner. That's terrific. Well, enjoy the non-hospital food, Ben. We'll be waiting for you at the farmhouse. I appreciated our talk. And this is interesting for Reed. He's like, no, he's trying to help in his own way, but then he tries to analytically, scientifically probably try and figure out these things as well. And he does appreciate talking with Ben like this. And I appreciate you, big brain. Say hi to the kids for me. Yeah, sweet pea? Of course. I'll send them your love. As the door closes. And then we see him pretty much put the burger down. And then we see the doctor come in. Mr. Grimm, just confirming you're prepared for your 9 a.m. discharge tomorrow morning. Yep, right and early, Doc. Wouldn't miss it. It's like, okay. She thinks it's 4. He's at 9. The next morning, 9 a.m. Morning, we're heading to the ferry station for Rikers Island. You going to the raft? That I am. We just, gotta make a stop on the way. As we see him kind of going through, on his crutches and everything. Say, Ben, this isn't... Of course it ain't. It's still me, Mike. Of course, sir. Sorry, had to ask. Had to ask what kind of thing he's bringing. And it's like, yeah, this is kind of nuts. Ben Grimm as I live and breathe. I wasn't expecting a house call. Well, I just, figured it was time. That you and me had ourselves a bit of a family reunion, Phil, as we see Philip Masters, the Puppet Masters, like, and full page, too. I'm like, all right, crazy. Look, Alicia's my wife, and she's your daughter. We both love her more than anything, yeah? True. I need to be strong for her, Philip, and I can't. Not anymore. I want you to fix me. I want you to make me the thing again. And I love that he's like, that's not how I really work, man. Ben, I can't. I'm the puppet master. I reshape minds, not bodies. And even if I could, I need my psychic clay. And of course, that is what Ben brought. Ben, you can't do this. When even the villain is like, don't do this, man. Like, and they would be the one to know. Like, don't. I just did. And now you're going to make me better. And here's the thing. You do need to talk things over with people. In certain instances when you're trying to go to a villain to have them fuck with your mind. And then I really like the layout of this page. Where we kind of get the bigger kind of ones, but then the smaller kind of ones in a different kind of layout. I know you don't change bodies, Philip, but the thing, he's confident, and he's happy, and he's fun, and he ain't a burden. Make me back into the man that Alicia deserves. Make me okay, Ben, and that's the thing. Sometimes you don't become okay. Like, sometimes you change into a different kind of state, and you kind of become alright with that. And that sucks, and that's scary as fucking shit. Because sometimes your before was your kind of better self. And hopefully you can come out the other side from something like this and become even better. But sometimes that's not the case. It's like, it's really fucking heavy ass shit, man. I need to be made right, and I can't do it on my own, Philip. I can't. And I'm glad he realizes that. He's just going about it the wrong way. Just make me better. And then we see him make a little bend. Okay, so that evening. Well, Reed, you outdid yourself. These steaks are delicious. More green beans, Dad? Me and Joe and Aunt Sue picked them fresh from the garden. Well, heck, Nicky. Twist my arm, why don't you? Ring, house phone, I'll get it. And this is where Alicia figures out what kind of was going on. And we see Ben just smiling all the time. It's like, okay, so when will you be off crutches? Doc said just a few more days. As soon as it stops hurting. And that sounds fine to me. I'm glad to hear it. That was the hospital, Ben. You forgot to sign a form when they discharged you this morning. Have to swing by and do it tomorrow. Ben, may I speak with you in private for a moment? And I do like the chill on the speech bubble there. And he's like, shit. And we're getting better on quality here with how we've got like the staples and stuff like that. Haven't noticed any kind of weirdness with like pages and whatnot. And of course, Alicia pretty much then takes Ben to her dad to figure out what the fuck's going on. What have you done to him? Alicia, my God, it's good to see you. It's been so long. What, you thought I wouldn't notice he's changed? You thought nobody would catch that same stupid smile on his face 24/7? You can't keep controlling people like this, Dad. Now, understand her response because, yes, this has Hallmark textbook puppet master shit. And you keep worming your way back into my life, and everything you touch, every single thing you touch, Dad, you ruin. Alicia, shut up, stop it. I want my husband back, not this smiling fool who's fine with everything. Well, that's rich coming from you, Alicia, you hypocrite, and I'm glad he kind of brings this out on her. Or are we forgetting how you controlled me with my own clay to make sure I'd give Ben my blessing for your wedding? Back in Fantastic Four Wedding Special, Issue 1, Tom. I only... And here's the thing. Taking away choice and everything like that. That's what hurt me, Alicia, more than anything else. That's what broke my heart, because I would have given it anyway. And that's nuts. It's like, I would have done it. See? Yeah. Don't try to control people. You're right, Allie. Of course you're right. My whole life, everything I've touched, I've destroyed. You don't get to be the good guy when your power is to control other people's minds. Yeah, that's one that you gotta really have... You gotta be careful with. And it takes a lot for him to recognize that kind of fact. I know my powers are toxic. They've cost me everything. They cost me my relationships, my freedom, my soul. They cost me my daughter. And they cost that daughter her sight. Yep, I know. But when I saw that you were going down my path, thinking the only way forward was to do what I had done. I'm sorry, Alicia. I know it means nothing. I know it changes nothing, but I'm so sorry. I was your father and you deserve so much better. Anyway, I want you to know that I'm done making the same mistakes. And I want you to know I'm not controlling your husband. He brought the clay to me. All I did... Yeah, that's still... Sorry, I was just looking at the staple kind of thing. Just have to be careful because it's a little bit... It's still intact. It's just like, watch out. All I did was mold an image of him, a blank slate. I gave it to Ben and told him he could do whatever he wanted with it. I gave him control over himself, don't you understand? And that's an interesting kind of way to do that with Puppet Master. Alicia, I let Ben decide who he wanted to be. And it's a full page, and you just see it, and you put the smile on, and it's like, oh, shit. Please don't fix it, Leash. Please. I don't want to go back. And then, these are some interesting kind of layouts. Normal kind of paneling, but how it is, like with the black and the white kind of pages, is really kind of cool. I don't want to go back. Ben, this isn't the way. Why can't it be? I'm fine now. I'm good all the time. I can be there for you and the kids. I'm fine with all of it. I'm the man I need to be. Ben, you need to heal. This clay, it's a shortcut. It's not... I don't need to heal anymore. I'm strong again. But Ben, I never loved you for your strength. I love you for you, you big lug. Me, Nikki, Joe, Reed, Sue, Val, Franklin, hell, even Johnny. We all love you. I love Johnny put in like that. And you are taking that man away from us. That Ben, he's hurt, Leash, and he's struggling, and he's real. As we see him crying while also having that smile on. It's nuts. And he's the man I love, and he deserves real happiness, and there aren't any shortcuts for that. I love you, Benjamin Graham, always. As we see him crying, and it really fucking sucks. I love you too, Alicia. Please don't. I have you, Ben. I have you. I have you. As we see a full page and the clay statue destroyed. Later that day, thanks to Emperor Doom, there will be a jailbreak at the raft. Every cell door will open automatically. Supervillains will pour out of the facility vying for freedom. All of them, that is, but one. For Philip Masters will remain in his empty cell, alone and forgotten, trying to become a man worthy of his daughter's love. End. And that's pretty cool to see the villains coming out and then seeing him waiting and actually trying to be a better man for his daughter. That's like, damn. We get the Fantastic Four fan page. I'll look at for like One World Under Doom's kind of stuff and kind of checklists. And then a look at the next Fantastic Four cover. So, and also a thing for One World Under Doom issue 3, April 2025. So, I do like that this dealt with the complete ramifications of One World Under Doom issue 2. And it really fucking sucks, but this is a really good examination of what happens traumatically to people. Like, not in every kind of situation and instance, but going through Ben, understanding what it means to be a hero and losing your powers like this. I mean, I understand, oh god, it's a trope, it's every so often a hero's going to lose their powers, but it's always in how it's done and how it's relayed and how it's executed. And I think this was executed very well. Seeing him struggle, seeing him not be able to protect people like he could protect them before. Going on his muscle memory and thinking of his body as the rock-hard, ever-loving thing kind of shit, and getting severely hurt and understanding that he can't protect them the way he could protect them before. And I'm glad that we take this whole issue to ruminate on that fact. Now, he could get better and think of other kind of ways to protect the ones that he loves, which is what people would have to kind of do and figure out. I mean, he'll get his powers back at some point. I mean, we're getting a relaunch in July. I mean, I understand this, but if you're going forward and seeing this as a kind of obstacle for him, he's got to figure out a way to kind of deal with it. And the thing is, this isn't just him as the central focus, it's how the family deals with it as well. And Alicia is doing her best to try and help him, but I do like the fact that it isn't helping him at the moment completely, because she's trying to do all these other kind of things, and they don't hit the core kind of problem that he's got. He does not view himself as strong enough to protect those that he cares about, and that hurts him more than probably even being sent. Like, the physical wounds of him being shot hurt, but the thing that's killing him is being unable to protect the ones that he loves. If his death had protected Alicia or the kids or anything like that, he'd be fine with it. I mean, yeah, he would, in the back of his mind, hate that it would hurt them that he's dead and gone for that pain. But the thing that's killing him and hurts him the most is that he cannot protect what he values most. That he doesn't have that strength as that core kind of message that we go through here. And then him trying to go to the puppet master for help like that to, like, take that pain away. And that is what sometimes people think of. Like, if I just had this little thing removed, I would be fine. And that's never usually the case. The best kind of case is to understand it, deal with it, and try and find a way forward through it. Not to use psychic clay to force yourself to be happy-go-lucky person all the time. And seeing Alicia, like, kind of start to understand that stuff. And also rightly have her father throw back, I would have given you the blessing anyway. And how, she has to watch out for that tendency of control that you kind of see sprinkled throughout as she's attempting to help Ben. And it's like, oh god, now she's not going full on and being like, I'm going to control him. Ah! No, we're not hopefully getting to that kind of point, thank god. But I did like this for how character focused it was, even with the action of them getting mugged and everything and the repercussions from that. I'm glad that it's being treated seriously and not just, oh my god, the thing is not the thing anymore, kind of shit. Like, okay, the thing is not the thing anymore. What does that mean? And what does that do to these dynamics here? Where even Johnny's like, yeah, I might give you a hard time for certain kind of shit. I ain't fucking with you here. I will help out as much as I can. So, we will see what kind of goes on. We have seen in the One World Under Doom that Valeria is trying to figure out what Doom's endgame is as well. I mean, they have more of a kind of better kind of relationship than the normal kind of Fantastic Four kind of stuff, but we will have to see, because that was before Doom changed Ben, so we'll see what she kind of figures out and what she kind of thinks of Doom doing these kind of things. We'll see how the rest of the Fantastic Four kind of go on and what is kind of going to be happening here, and then we get to the relaunch in July. So, those are my opinions on the issue. Tell me what you guys think in the comments below. If you liked it, if you didn't like it, if you agree with me, if you disagree with me. Also, like and subscribe, and I hope you have a good day.